remember when I was 18 years old, the first part-time job that I did was cold calling. And then one day that I called school asking them if they want the service, and then I received an unpolite response from the person, and then after hanging up the phone I just cried. And at that time I know that I hate cold calling. And I promised myself that I will never do sales call again, or I will approach people that don't know anything about me, or they don't have any needs for the service. And I don't want to try to convince people to use my product or to use the service. So that was the first experience that I know that the cold calling and the masculine type of selling is not a good fit for me. I'm more of a person who do feminine business. I have this definition of feminine business and masculine business. So feminine business is something that you create things and service, and then you attract people come to you, and your ideal customer, they will make the decision, and maybe they will close you on the sales process. Your job is to create a funnel, a marketing funnel, and a sales funnel, so that people know if the service that you offer is a good fit for them. And also the marketing message needs to be really clear and also very consistent. Because I had a bad experience with selling on the phone, do cold calling. So at that time I thought that maybe I'm not a good salesperson, or also I cannot do sales, or also I'm not suitable to do business, because if you want to do successful business, you need to be really good at sales. And then when I was 23 years old, opening my company, and I had like 500 and 600 sales in just 2 or 3 months, then I realized that it's not about the sales skill, but it's about what type of selling skill that fits you. And I call my way of sales is feminine selling. With feminine selling, it's more about nurturing the prospects, and you need to know what the person needs and their problem and their pain points, and then try to think about a solution or think about a service that you can do to help the clients to get their results. Feminine selling is not about a number. You don't count, okay, I need to call 10 person and close 3 of them, and then here's the revenue, here's all the numbers. That's more about masculine selling, where you always have the numbers target. But feminine selling is more about customer orientation. All the things that you do, you will put customer first. You think about the customer and you put yourself in the shoes of customer. That also how a feminine energy feel and look like. When you're a woman and normally you're not familiar with pushing something to make it happen, but receiving and attracting like that kind of energy. And you also can use that energy in your selling process or your marketing process. And for me, it's something that natural to me. Growing up, I'm always that way. So it's something that very natural, and I don't need to force myself to approach people, to always push the sales or always make things happen. Like for me, if I have a good service, if I understand the problem and I can solve the problem well, and I have a very clear marketing message, I can attract the right clients to me. And also I don't need to do a lot of pushing and pitching and trying to convince people or persuade people. And the right people just come to me and use my service, and after that I feel happier serving them, because I know that they choose me, not because I choose them because of the number that I want to make, but it's because they also choose me, and we have that type of collaborative relationship. So my relationship with my customer is more about collaborative relationship. I don't force my customers. They make decisions on when and how they want to proceed with the sales. and I normally don't close people unless they want to tell me, okay, it's time, and they want to buy the service. So I let people time to think, and I have no problem with that. And but with like the masculine way of sale, and I enroll in some business coaching program, and most of them ask or show me about masculine sales. It means that you need to close the sale, and put people on the call, and then you need to close them, and I feel like all the purchase that I made before someone forced me into it, later I will regret it, because I felt like I was not in the right mind to think things through and make the right decision. And normally those sales process normally make your customer resent you after they buy from you. But if the sales that they made because they made that decision, and they know that you're good fit for them, and also you know that this is the person that a good fit for your business and service, that's when the sales process and the customer service, everything seems very easy. And sometimes you can approach people, but sometimes you can step back and let people think. And in the sales process also, you need to have some emotional connection and understanding of where the customer, where they are at the sales process. You cannot push them from the first stage to the final stage and close them. Sales is something that need like nurturing, and a process of nurturing and building trust. If the customer don't trust you, you cannot make the sales. So selling for me in the feminine ways is not about the number, it's not about the target, it's not about the money, but it's about the service, it's about the fulfillment and satisfaction. So if you think something wrong about sales, or you feel like sales is icky for you, maybe it's because the way that you trying to do things is unnatural to you. Every day we always sell something to people, whether it's an idea or join us on some event or being our friends or family members. We always have that ability to sell people, to influence people. But in business, you need to know what seems familiar to you and natural to you, and tap to that power. Don't try to change yourself because you think that, okay, this business coach told me that I need to do it this way, otherwise it's not the right thing to do. So I'm against about that. I think its business model and its founder, also the founder of the business, different. Therefore, we have different values, different culture in different company. And if you are the head of the company, you create that environment, you create that culture. So everything will be start with you. And remember that you are the company, you are the head of the company, and you are also the culture of the company. So understand yourself really well and do things that natural to you. And maybe if masculine selling type is not a good fit for you, maybe you can try feminine selling. That's all for the podcast today. Bye.